Now here we're going to be multiplying polynomials, and yes, here's where things get distributed. Now we start off with the simplest case, a single term, a monomial, times another single term, monomial. So ax to the n times bx to the n. What we do is we multiply the coefficients, a times b. And then if we multiply two powers, you have to add the powers. So a times b times x to the n plus m. So you multiply the coefficients and you add the powers. For example, 2a second times 3a to the fifth. Okay, we multiply 2 times 3. We add 2 plus 5. So you get 6, a to the seventh. Now for this one, we have several variables, and so we have to multiply each, take care of powers for each variable. You have a 1/6 times 36. There you go, we multiply. G to the fourth times g to the seventh, so g to the 4 plus 7. H to the fifth times h to the 11, so h to the 5 plus 11. So coefficient is 6, 4 plus 7 is 11, 5 plus 11 is 16, so 6g to the 11th, h to the 16th. Now here we have 3 monomials multiplied together, and so we just look, so okay, 2 times 4 times -5 is there, which is a -40. X squared times, watch out, x to the first, x squared, x to the first. We add those coefficients and get x to the third. Watch out, x with no power up there is x to the first power. I've seen people treat that blank spot there as a 0 and thus get it wrong. Watch out. Then there's y cubed, y to the fifth, y to the sixth, y to the 3, y to the 5, y to the 6. 3 plus 5 plus 6 is 14. So y to the 14th. Then there's z to the fifth, z to the sixth. Again, this z is z to a first power. Z to the 5 times z to the 1 times z to the 6. 5 plus 1 plus 6 is 12. So z to the 12th. So -40, x to the third, y to the 14th, z to the 12th. Now we move up to monomial, a single term, times a polynomial, several terms. If a monomial times a sum of terms, then yes, you have to do distribution. So a times b plus a times c plus a times d all the way up to a times z. ab plus ac plus ad all the way up to az. So for example, 2x squared times 5x cubed minus 4x squared plus 7x minus 11. We're going to take this 2x squared and multiply by each of these 4 terms. So 2x squared times 5x cubed, that's here, and 2x squared times minus 4x, so 2x squared times minus 4x squared, 2x squared times 7x, 2x squared times 7x, and 2x squared times -11, 2x squared times -11. Here, 2x squared, 5x cubed, 2 times 5 is 10, 2 plus 3 is 5, 10 to the x to the fifth. 2x squared minus 4x squared, 2 times -4 is a -8. 2 plus 2 makes 4, so -8x to the fourth. And this one, 2 times 7 is 14. X to the second times x to the, again, first, that invisible 1, that makes x to the 2 plus 1 makes 3. 14x to the third. 2 times -11, it's -22x squared. Now, special case, now the next one is FOIL. We have a binomial, 2 terms times another binomial, 2 terms. And okay, I believe we've gone through this before. FOIL, you have first AC, outer AD, inner BC, last BD, FOIL. So, example, 3x plus 4 times 5x plus 6. Well, first, 3x times 5x. Outer, 3x times 6, here. Inner, 4 times 5x, here. And last, 4 times 6, here. 3x times 5x is 5x squared, 15x squared. 3x times 6 is 18x. 4 times 5x is 20x. 4 times 6 is 24. Now at this point, we have these two like terms, 18x plus 20x, and those you combine. 18 plus 20 makes 38. So 15x squared plus 38x plus 24. Now, big time, polynomial times a polynomial. Use what I'm calling long multiplication. It's sort of like grade school multiplication of whole numbers, only this time you don't have to do carry or borrow. That makes it in some ways easier. So for example, let's see if I got this one right because I blew it before. Oh dear, I did. You know what? This is a flawed copy. This one here, really that should be a 2. My apologies. And this should be a 4. So this is erroneous, as is this. Honk. Okay, this should be a 3x plus 3y plus 2. And okay, 2 times 2, 3, 2 is 4, 6, and that should be a 4. 3 times 2, 3, 2, that'll be a 6y squared. 6y, oh dear, 5, 5, 3. This should be a y. 3y times 2 is 6y, cross that out. I'm going to correct this in the Canvas notes. 3y times 3y is 9y squared. 3y times 2y squared is 6y cubed. Now, these are partial sums, so we add them up. 6y cubed, 4 and 9 makes 13. 13y squared, 6 and 6 makes 12. 12y squared, 12y, oh dear, I don't know why. And this should be a 4, so this should be a 4. This problem is botched. I'm really embarrassed. Okay. Arnolis, you've joined us. Good to hear you. Anyone else join us lately? Zepeda, Perez, Zhang? Never mind. Okay, I'm going to have to redo this one entirely. What a shame. All right, now, here we have y squared, x squared plus xy plus y squared. And that times x minus y. Oh dear, this should be a minus, this should be a plus. This times this is minus y cubed, this times this is minus xy squared, this times this should be a minus x squared y. And then this times this is xy squared, this times this is plus xy squared y, this times this is x cubed. These are regrettably the wrong sign, but it's all right. They add up to 0, which they should. You get x cubed minus y cubed. Later on, we'll see then that a difference of cubes factors into difference times x squared plus xy plus y squared. We'll be using that later. In the old days, in the before times, when I make a blunder like that on the blackboard, I would just go and erase it right away. Here I have to, well, I get honked anyhow. This time I have to go back to my notes and correct them. And again, you'll see them corrected in the Canvas notes later. Right after the class, in fact. All right, now, here we go. 3x squared times 4x cubed. 3 times 4 makes 12. 2 plus 3 makes 5, so 12x to the 5th. Here we have several variables, so we add up powers for different variables. 2 times 4, that's an 8. X squared, x cubed, 2 plus 3 makes 5. Y cubed, y squared, 3 plus 2 makes 5, so 8x to the 5th, y to the 5th. There we're multiplying negative 4t times 2 terms, t squared minus 7. Multiply negative 4t times t squared minus negative 4t times 7 here. And you get this term is minus 4t to the 3rd. Here minus and negative cancels, so it's a plus. 4 times 7 is 28. So 4t cubed plus 28t. X squared minus 12x. That times 6x to the 12th. Multiply 6x to the 12th times each of these two terms. X squared times 6x to the 12th minus 12x times 6x to the 12th. X squared times 6x to the 12th, you get 6x to the 2 plus 4 is 14. Here minus. Remember, This is an x to a first power. So, and 1 plus 12 makes it 13. So minus 12 times 6 is 72. So 6x to the 14th minus 72x to the 13th. Now here we have a binomial times a binomial. So we'll use FOIL, first, outer, inner, last. 4y times y is first. 4y times 7 is outer. Minus 5 times y is inner. And minus 5 times 7 is last. Okay, the first term is 4y squared. 4y times 7 is 28y. Minus 5y is the inner term. Minus 35 is the last term. And then these two terms are like terms. 28 minus 5 is 23. So you get 4y squared plus 23y minus 35. Here's another FOIL problem, a binomial times a binomial. 2x minus 3 times 6x minus 5. First term is 2x times 6x. Outer term is 2x times negative 5. Inner term is minus 3 times 6x. And last term is negative 3 times negative 5. So first term, 2x times 6x is 12x squared. 2x times minus 5 is minus 10x. Minus 3 times 6x is minus 18x. And minus 3 times minus 5 is 15. And again, these two middle terms are like terms. We combine them. Negative 10 plus negative 18 is negative 28. So 12x squared minus 28x plus 15. Now, okay, with this multiplying, we do have a combination of distributing, which FOIL really is. Plus, in this case, we have combining like terms. That's often what happens with FOIL. The middle two terms are like. Now here we have a trinomial, 3 terms, times a binomial, 2 terms. X squared plus 6x plus 7, which I write here. 2x minus 5, which I write here. And now we'll do a long multiplication. Minus 5 times 7, minus 35. Minus 5 times 6x, minus 38. Minus 5 times x squared, minus 5x squared. 2x times 7 is 14x. 2x times 6x is 12x squared. 2x times x squared is 2x cubed. Now we add up these partial products. Here you get a 2x cubed. Minus 5 plus 12 is a 7, 7x squared. Minus 30 plus 14 is a minus 16, minus 16x, minus 35. There's the product. All right, another FOIL, 5x minus 2 times 6x minus 1. First, 5x times 6x here. Outer, 5x times minus 1 here. Inner, minus 2 times 6x here. And last, minus 2 times minus 1 here. 5x times 6x, 30x squared. 5x times minus 1 is a minus 5x. Minus 2 times 6x is minus 12x, and minus 2 times minus 1 is plus 2. These middle two terms, minus 5x minus 12x, combine to negative 17x. So 30x squared minus 17x plus 2. There. Here, binomial times trinomial. This is like the one I showed before where most of the inner terms cancel it out. X squared plus 2x plus 4, that's here, times x minus 2 here. Minus 2 times 4 is minus 8. Minus 2 times 2x is minus 4x. Minus 2 times x squared is minus 2x squared. X times 4 is 4x. X times 2x is 2x squared. X times x squared is x cubed. Add up these partial products. The middle two terms cancel each other out. I'm left with x cubed minus 8. All right, now here we have a three-way product. X times x minus 3 times 2x plus 2. Now I'll hold off on multiplying by x till later. So here binomial times binomial we'll do by FOIL. First, x times 2x is 2x squared. Outer, x times 2 is 2x. Inner, minus 3 times 2x is minus 6x. And last, minus 3 times 2 is a minus 6. And again, here's a 2x minus 6x. These combine to minus 4x. So we get x times 2x squared minus 4x minus 6. This we distribute. 2 times x squared is 2x cubed. X times 4x is minus 4x squared. And x times minus 6 is minus 6x. So there it is. Okay, I believe we're done with this. How do I turn this off? Stop recording.